How about now? Man, can you hear me now? Hello, 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 hello. So you can hear me. Okay. Okay. So you guys, what I was saying before, I'm gonna go 20 minutes later just so that everyone knows. Okay, I apologize for the technical difficulties at the start here. That's These things happen, and it's kind of along the same lines as I was mentioning before. When we are very close to releasing the money machine, but there was a memory leak on a server that we had to fix. These things take place, and then just moved back the release date. These things happen, but what I wanted to really showcase today is a huge innovation that we're doing here that you're seeing in the chart. We are focused on being the number one player in all of charting. Okay. And at the bottom here, you can see how we have integrated our alerting technology into every single chart. Now, and this, by the way, this release that you're seeing here, that's probably, I mean, it's already there. So there's a couple of tweaks, but this might even beat the money machine beta out possibly, because again, it's already there. But look how cool it is where the chart is giving you the play-by-play, right as it's happening. And again, every single one of these things, I can click on ticker, and I instantly know this is trading 6% above the VWAP. You're getting this kind of a feedback that just hit a new high. And as events take place, they will continue to go. Raja, we can't give you an exact release date, and I wish that I could, but the whole team is working on fixing the memory leak that was there. And as I mentioned before, the client side's been done for a while. You kind of have seen it on my machine. I've given you live demos of trading an E-Trade account with the money machine. Everything works. It's the server side that we're making sure is tight. So Chaz, Trade Ideas already has what you're asking. There's a basic plan that has less features. It's already there. And in fact, I want to do something. I want to show you guys that we redesigned our homepage just so that you can kind of get an idea of what we're doing now and why we're doing it. I'll give you guys a little bit of contemplation here. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Pepe is awesome. We love him, but Pepe loves trading. He doesn't want to get into the dirty code. I mean, I joke about that, but server code is very tricky. And so this is our new homepage. And what we really, I mean, the golf theme is still there because basically every one of us who's in the market and we're trading live, we're basically playing around, okay? And the idea here is if you can master momentum, you master the market, and as a result, you master yourself. And mastering momentum this is the momentum mastery technology right here, okay? Now, somebody was asking about Trade Ideas pricing. There's $89 version and a free version, okay? So the free plan is 15-minute delayed. So that's standard kind of stuff. But it's a good place to start, and I would do it on the web. You don't even need to download anything, but this is $89 a month. I have to be a little honest, you guys. And I love you all. Whoops, sorry, I'm in otherwise I'll log myself off. But I have to be honest. And I've said this many times on our demos and these live streams. I do completely empathize with the need to keep costs down. And I understand that, you know, keeping things low cost is a personal efficiency component. I totally empathize with that. And I get it. But in trading and in the kind of business that we're in here, where we're providing you an AI powered feed that also, I'm just giving you an example. I mean, this part right here, TradeWave, that I'm just turning on right now. I said, turning on right now. Actual thing, doing it to me. Oh, this is why, because I logged myself. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's coming. When I went on the web-based version, I logged myself off a little bit there. It's coming. Hold on. There we go. Okay. In trading, you've got AI-powered technology here. Okay. With let me give you the with buy and sell signals on the chart. Okay. And you have to be able to understand that, you know, we are not a venture funded company. Chaz, I totally get it. I'm speaking just very high level, just so that everyone understands that in this game, you, in order, like, no matter what kind of technology you have, I'm just going to be totally honest. The more you have in your account, the better your odds of survival are, because you need to have room to lose. And what I mean by that is that after you make a trade, the market is unknown. Like, no matter what analysis happened, like this buy signal came in and it looks perfect because right afterwards it went up, but it could have gone down. This is just a, you know, a map, or maybe even like a traffic readout to some extent. But traffic can change, an accident can happen, and I'm speaking metaphorically. So you really want to try to be in a position where $2,200 for trade ideas for a year should not be a huge concern to you, because that should be a part of the puzzle that you need to have the type of account that you will need to withstand the ebbs and flows. In surfing, lots of times you're out there past the breakers and you're just sitting there waiting for your set. Sitting there, sitting there, sitting there. So you're not always trying to catch waves. Market's a little bit similar. You've got to try a lot of things to be able to catch the wave. So I just want to make sure everyone understands that I've never said that trade ideas is any kind of get rich quick thing of any kind. Okay, that's just not the way it is. You need to be able to have room to experience the fluctuations of the market. And what we're trying to do is we are trying to give you technology that changes your perspective to something that you may have never seen before. And this is where, again, I'm so excited to show you this innovation, because once again, look at our charting and compare it to TradingView, which is indicator central, and you know, our other competitors, TrendSpider and NinjaTrader, and look at what we focus on. Okay, here you have the 5-minute chart, and I want to tell you like how much more advanced we are in the spectrum of charting. because charting just shouldn't be complicated. Here you have a 5-minute chart, and in the last 4 days, in this visible chart, you're up 2% in Tesla, okay? But you're down 2.38% over the last month, and I can switch this to 6 months. And the point that I'm making here is that it's about the efficiency. You see like VCIG, right? Here, if you are playing this stock, and again, I'm not saying I am playing it, but if you are playing it and it's trading 164 times normal volume right now, and it's up a little bit, 5%, but you're playing for a big rebound, and sometimes from $1 to $6, that's 600%. You guys see what I'm saying? Notice how quickly you can get to this information with trade ideas compared to our competitors. But now you've got a readout of what just took place, that the last bit of momentum was clearly to the downside. I mean, you can see it visually, but you're getting the play-by-play interpretation. Okay. I'm going to give you guys something here, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing Money Machine manually, and I want to show you how to do that. So first of all, I have this race right here, okay? I'm going to right click, I'm going to say save and share to the cloud, save and share, copy. I'm going to paste this into our stream. Let me know if you guys can do, if you guys don't know that what I did, I just gave you a cloud link. So you can copy that cloud link, you can go to File, load from cloud, and open the exact same thing that I just showed you. Can everybody make sure that works for you? There's a reason why I'm giving it to you, okay? So I'm doing hour race here. So over the last hour, again, the market has been all over the place, but it's actually just starting to kind of creep back up. So this BZUN that I am in is just starting to turn around a little bit. I'm down 0.86%. But what I want to show you is that I can basically mimic some of the Money Machine manually. So here you can see what's going on the day, 95% in 6 months. I mean, this move has happened, but it's huge momentum, okay? This is what we hunt. And Mira, so this had a pullback, and I'm going to go to trade ticket, $5,000, buy now, boom. What I'm doing here is I am manually doing some of the exact same things that you would do with the Money Machine, okay? All of these stocks are trying, this one has gone up, it's had a big pullback, okay? So here we are at a level of support, and once again, I'm just going to go like this, buy, okay. You can see why I'm in them, okay? This is a bear ETF, and I'm not going to trade that. But what I'm trying to show you guys, okay, is that you can manually practice Lithium Americas, okay? You know that this kind of stuff is in play right now. So I'm going to hit buy now. And in essence, I am manually doing, in a lot of ways, what the Money Machine does, okay? Little consolidation breakdown, like right here. But sometimes, again, this is when you ultimately make decisions, what you need to do is understand that there is no perfect entry or exit. It's a trial and error process, and you have to be comfortable with managing the risk. Why? I don't use Bookmap. I only use Trade Ideas Stuff Trader 77. Okay, because we've got the best momentum indication in the game. And look, I mean, I've just put this on all while we're working together. Okay, you've got the readout, and while I'm surfing, I can see just a little bit better levels of information. I want to show you something else that we did that you are probably missing, which I think you're going to like. Jose, so the link doesn't work. That might be because of my build, because I'm on a very advanced dev build. But if you guys ask for that for this one, I will make sure that my support team can send you a version of that. Okay. So, oh, Pepe says the link works. Okay, very good. Thank you, Pepe. Appreciate it. Okay, so remember I was talking about the charting window and how our charting with the picture-in-picture is by far the most advanced charting tech in the planet, because you don't need all the bullshit indicators. Indicators are just primarily a waste of time. Okay, what you need to do is be able to make decisions quickly. And how do you make them? Well, you see the long term and the short term together. So here I can see, oh, okay, I'm riding this way. I've stopped making lower lows, so this has some potential. I mean, that's just what my eyes and ears say. Notice now total volume, Pepe, has moved up here next to relative volume. And right here, you've got the 6 most critical components, really 9, but let's talk about these 6. Revenues, cash, debt, earnings per share, float, short float. You know, let's take a look at Kodak. Let's give you an example. Some of the, I mean, and I'm in some of these plays myself. So $1 billion in revenues, 160 million in cash, $500 million in debt. That's a lot. Down 12 cents a share, only 62 million in the float, 13% short. Okay, and trading at almost 2 times relative volume. But let me show you something else that's kind of cool. Again, just so you can see where we're going. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Right here, I can minimize the picture-in-picture. Watch this. Okay. Now, this thing is going to be up here. So you can do that kind of a movement around. And, you know, I'm showing you early stuff. So when I switch symbols, unfortunately, this will go back down here. But I'm showing you that we're giving you this capability. And then if you want to know what Kodak does, you can click right here. And now the profile appears. Does everyone see that? So big changes in our stock chart. You got the profile built into the chart right here. I love this. Picture-in-picture right here. Shorter time frame right here. Tradewave giving you the short term, you know, buy and sell signals. I usually look at about a 10-minute chart, to be honest. Okay. Sell, buy, another sell potentially initiated. Again, these are exponential moving average waves that are AI adjusted all the time to help you just make better decisions. Okay. This right here, one of the most powerful windows. This is your card counter. If you were a blackjack player in Vegas, this is telling you where your odds are. And this is why I virtually had no doubt that I would be making money in these trades, because look at the high-low counter. And this is called the positive versus negative market pulse. It's in a lot of channels. And I'm looking at stocks 5, 10, 15, 20, 30-minute highs, daily highs, but on unusual volume. So 1.8, making a new high. I mean, look at this thing. I think this is a reverse split of some kind. I've messed with this one before, so I'm not gonna chase it up 86%. But you know, this is where the fun and the volatility is. So let's look at some of these. Okay, a new race just started. I have these on 60 minutes. So this is a 60-minute momentum race. So I'm already in this one. I'm not in this one yet, but this is an interesting one. Robotics. Okay, I'm going to get into it. Once again, notice what I'm doing. I'm just manually, okay, manually doing the same things that the money machine does automatically. So everyone here, I hope, understands that your automatic transmission is automating what a stick shift does. You know, clutch, gear, and I drive stick. I learned how to drive stick. I think everybody should know how to drive stick. You should be like, there's nothing that's preventing you from doing what I'm doing here and getting a feel for what the money machine is going to do for you. Okay. I'm simply going through the exact same motions. Notice manually, but 71% winners. I mean, this is right around the kind of stuff that the money machine would be doing. And I want to make sure that you understand that the magic, okay, is something that you can practice manually, because all that's going to do is going to help you have better dexterity when you're in the positions and you're managing them. And look what's going on. Not a lot of doubts from my point of view. Do you see, does everyone here understand and see what I've been doing? Okay. Trade ticket, that opens this up. You can go to tools, options, okay, brokerage plus right here. See that right there? $5,000. Good for the day. You can, I think in my version, this doesn't work because I'm on a dev build that has this, but you can make it so that you can set automatic stops. So all of this tech is already there. But brokerage plus right here, that's how this ticket is populated. Okay. And this is a sort of slow motion version of what the money machine would be doing. Once again, beam 3, buy now. I can move this a little bit so you can see it. One of the things that I've done that I really wanted you to understand that I'm doing a little bit differently here is notice this race. This is a 60-minute race. So instead of like having 10-minute races that are over and over, the idea here is you can potentially, hopefully, possibly, be in something that lasts a little bit longer. Like this workhorse, you know, ran up all the way to 4. This is a big pullback. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get in it. And by the way, this is simulation. I'm practicing. But what I'm doing is I'm practicing my intuition and I'm practicing my feel. Do you understand why I got into workhorse? Because it's number 1. Okay. And let me just do this. We fluctuate. So here, TZUP, had a little bit of a pullback. That happens. So usually with these, I'm like right around, like this is almost where potentially I would exit. I'm going to give it like the 2%. because all of these are very volatile names. So 2% is not a big thing here. But I'm just trying to show you that, the thing that you have to evaluate is, well, here are the other things that are really going. And again, since we've started, I've missed this, but this is what we are trying to catch. Okay. We are trying to catch these. And once again, you can see, oh, well, this just ran down. And notice again, when something is very active, you can see a lot of stuff going on, and we're still working on the decimal here. So obviously, the reason you're seeing 0 is because you're not seeing the point, whatever that's moving. All of this is getting fixed. But I do believe this ticker and the ability to move it wherever, either top or bottom, is just a huge innovation for, like this right here. This is the power view. You can see what's going on, you can see the readout, and you can see the long term, this is 6 months, and the short term together. I don't know any other vendor who is giving you this level of information. So, Jack, the signal to buy and sell, and it's interesting that you phrased it this way, but I really like your question. Number one, right here, these buys, this is called the trade wave. Okay, you come right here where it says indicators, and it's right here. That's where you get this. That's called the trade wave. But ultimately, and I'm going to say maybe the most important thing that all of you will want to hear in this live stream, ultimately the buy signal has to come from your sense of self. You are the one. Like, people want to be led to the money. Hey, show me a trade that makes money. Well, there's lots of different trades, and they can make money in lots of different ways. Only you will have the ability to pull the trigger. Now, what the money machine is going to do for you, okay, it's going to say, hey, I will trade these momentum trades for you actively, and it will do it, and it will. And one of the things that we're working on, by the way, is something where, like right here, so I'm in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negatives. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to hit flat. Okay, so it will automatically get you out of positions that aren't working and replace them with other ones. Like, again, here's an example of something that could continue to go. And this is the methodology. You're constantly rotating, pivoting, switching until hopefully you get into one that's kind of like this one right here that just continues to go. I mean, this one, it went. So what I'm going to do is since I'm in sim mode, I'm just trying to feel it. This is what has made me a good trader. What I'm doing right here is this constant practice, the ability to get into things and see the ramifications and the results without panicking or worrying. Okay. You never know with these moves, like with stocks like this. And again, I'm just playing around. This is sim mode, but it's giving you a feel, and I'm learning. And I've said this many, many times before, but what I'm doing here is the equivalent of golf range work. I'm at the range working on my short game, my putting, my pitching, my 3-wood. It requires trial and error, trial and error. You can see what's going on. This is almost like your golf, TrackMan that's giving you the readout of what's happening to your swing. You're in it, you're above the VWAP. I mean, again, I'm speaking metaphorically, but hopefully you understand what I'm doing here. So our whole process with trade ideas is that we are trying to take your level of being able to catch these momentum moves to a whole new way. And we're so close to what I see as the Rubicon, really. I'm going to buy this. This ability to get into things, try things out, seeing the big picture, seeing the readout, knowing what this thing is, defense capabilities by AI. I mean, that's pretty interesting. So it just started. So I mean, that's a one where I would say, okay, I'm going to add this to stocks that I like. But hopefully you can see that when, even though we are very, very focused on the money machine and getting it out the door, there's a whole other team of trade ideas developers that are working on other parts of the technology. And that's what you're seeing here. Which is, again, the ability to have a readout of our alert technology in any single chart. Knowing right now that momentum is heading your way. What the hell did I? Oh, see that big move down just happened again. But by the way, can I tell you guys that unless you do what I'm doing here, okay, you then don't, like, I just learned, my mind just learned a lesson, you know, that, like, look how quickly you can be down $400 by just getting into something where you think you've got all the momentum, and then you see it comes right back. This is where I was trying to make sure everyone here understood that if you do not learn these lessons, if you do not see this and experience this, you may not be able to have the wherewithal to understand. Like, you might have these built-in expectations that, hey, everything I'm in just starts going up. But that's not the case. Okay. So this is basically like an IPO almost, and huge volatility. You know, it went from 350, and but look at what just happened. Do you see that? Do you see, like, I often I love that you guys just saw this. Okay. I love that you saw it, because what this was is, like, this is the swimming with sharks, where the market makers and the payment for order flow people are effing with you. Because they're like, oh shit, this thing just broke support. Oh, they're just messing with the price. So, Jose, I don't know if I can say which one is the best one for TradeWave. It has to do with your own internal, time frame. I usually work on the 10-minute. Like, when I trade Money Machine live and in sim mode, I'm usually on these 10-minute increments. Okay, that's how I usually do it. That makes sense. And you saw what I did there. I just adjusted the chart. Went right here. This is your time. And set it to anything. I go to 10 minutes, and just watching it. So let's take a look at what's going on here. Bit Digital, that's another one. Lots of momentum. And one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing is that, just like being at the range where, if you hit a slice or a hook, it doesn't really count, but you hopefully can remind your mind what it is that you did to have that happen. And then hopefully during the real game, that can help you. This is the same exact thing. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, ideally I missed it, 350, 30-cent miss. And I'm looking at like 199 to 377. But then I also counter that by saying, well, there sure is quite a bit of momentum. Okay. And sometimes it's these plays that are a little bit counterintuitive that end up reaping the biggest rewards, because fear is one of the biggest drivers of all financial transactions. This is why grown men take their hard-earned money and give it to some schmuck at Schwab or Fidelity or Vanguard. Like, literally, think about this for a minute. And I've said this many times. Everybody gives their money away to other people because you've been taught to believe that you're stupid. And I'm telling you that there is nothing that those guys know that you don't know. 99% of the people that are working with your money don't even make the decisions. The decisions are made outside by some group that's not even in the same office, and everybody is a middleman. And here, what I'm doing is I'm working on my technique to be able to then apply the lessons that I learned here. And, I've talked about it. We know what just happened here, right? We saw it went, they're messing with the price a little bit, so there's not really a need to panic, at least not yet. But you are not going to be aware of this and how that makes you feel with this kind of like drawdown unless you really practice. And this is what the money machine is all about, is it speeds up your range work. When we release it, and again, I'm praying that it's coming out soon, we're working hard. And that is why I was really excited to showcase to everyone here today that there's just so much behind the scenes too, right? Like this feed, this is a unique play-by-play field technology that no one's going to have because it requires our alerts to have it. So we're completely differentiating our chart completely. Click right here, subdermal implants. Okay, cool. So now I know what this does. Another pharmaceutical, compounds, like just really quick to the decision. Remember, bought this thing, thought that it was overdone, but it actually turned out to be something pretty good right here. Okay. And sometimes it's very counterintuitive. You will think that a play like this, like, oh my God, like your mind says, I missed it. But it's a lot of times, and I'm not saying I did or didn't, I'm just saying that a lot of times, these are the ones that end up going from 8 to 20, potentially. Okay. So, again, I'm going to go a little bit longer today, but I wanted to highlight a couple of things that I want you to process. Number one, you can manually practice money machine style stuff with what I'm doing right here, where I'm going from a race, or this could have been a tree map, and I'm just manually hitting the trade ticket in the buy. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I have this set to 60 minutes. So this is an hour race. So there will be 6 races. LAC was one of the winners. Yeah, it ran up, and I bought it on a pullback. And this is what I'm, hopefully it'll continue. Okay, here's some other ones that were doing something. Oh, look at this one. We've done this one. But my point is that this view mode is a practice mode that everybody here can do already. You don't need to have the money machine on to start interacting with the market in a money machine sort of way. That's really what I wanted to tell you. The highlight of this live stream is that we have added alert-based data to the charts. You can see that in the ticker field. Custom data gives you more perspective. 2% in 7 days, 97% in 6 months. See, this is the kind of thing that makes me think, 7 days, 2%, I mean, maybe, just maybe, it ain't over. So I'm gonna So with trading 5,000 share lots, roughly speaking here, I'm only in $37,000 worth. Okay. And I know that one of these, this one, they're just kind of messing with the price a little bit. That's what we saw. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to focus on answering your questions. Fire away. Tell me what you want to know. I'm going to do my best to answer it. And then that will be our Wednesday live stream. Talk to me, people. What do you want to know? Don't everybody rush through the door of question asking all at once. I'm going to do something else real quick here. All right, guys, I'm going to So, Joe, that sort of works already. Let me do something, guys, real quick. I got to shut down and restart, but that shouldn't do anything with the live stream. So bear with me for a second, okay? Pepe, this is your favorite part right here. So you guys, this is a little bit of like, opening up the General Lee under the hood so that you know what's going on. I'm, in heavy duty dev build environment. Okay. Let me come back to here. It's trying to load everything up. Okay. Hopefully this will work. Bear with me for a second here. Okay, what I'm going to do also, and I'm just going to discuss a little bit. I'm going to take you on a little bit of tour of something that, again, I think so many people really miss, but they shouldn't. Tampa, yeah, we are going to move into crypto. That's going to be a big, big project. Okay, so a couple of things I want to show you. So, bear with me for a second. So at the bottom of our AI windows, we want to help you focus on what's moving in the direction of the signal. Okay. So here's an example of UPXI. This is the daily chart right here. So we gave a signal for it yesterday. It's up 15%, but these are the kind of moves. By the way, look at this gap down. It's definitely something that can run. Okay. So I'm going to go to MM1 and I'm going to buy this. And this is me trading around the AI. I do this all the time. it's a huge component of how I find opportunities to trade. Okay. So let me show you something. Our AI gives you multiple signals for different stocks at different times. So here, so this one, 7-8, okay, UPXI 7-8, click on it, 390, okay, that was the signal, 390. And then 7-11, the signal was 530. So sometimes it sees the continuation and it keeps going, okay? I think our signals, see these right here? We've rebuilt all of this. And this is a visual, this is almost going to become like a web-based Twitter feed of signals that are working so that you can trade around them. And just so you can see, this is some of the, the potential. But what I'm saying is that this window right here, by the way, okay, so we've had 6, I'm going to do a sword for you, okay? A lot of times, not everything works all at once, but we have very tight stops, and these stops are designed to help you. Okay, let me switch this. Trial and error, okay? So you can see why Lightwave was an entry signal, massive momentum, pullback, stop, potential re-entry, stop, and here you are. This is the reality of trading that a lot of people sort of don't want to process. It can take you 2 or 3 times to get into a position that really starts to go. And the idea here is that we have very tight risk parameters so that you can try this without getting hurt. Here, I'm going to move this to a 5-minute. Entry, almost to the stop. And we're just hovering. I mean, right now, this almost looks like a potential good entry. I'm going to do that. So I'm going to showcase to you guys, I do this sort of stuff. I look at the AI and things that I miss, sometimes I try to get it at a better price. But ultimately, like look at the percentages, 0.5%, 1, 1.45, 1.93, and 3, but compare that to 12. So here it would have taken you 1 exit, 1 re-entry, and now you're up 2 points. This is the reality of trading, scaling in, scaling out. Nice, Chaz. I love hearing that. Always glad that we can help in any way, but I really want you guys to kind of look at this window right here. Okay, this is where I think that if you are really taking an advantage, okay, of our technology, you are seeing this data and this information. And this is an example, again, of what's possible. So I'm just giving you a little bit of history. And this one happened 6 days ago. 6 days, 1575, and here today you're at 22. This is our premium product. And remember, there is no fortune teller. There's no technological system that can predict stocks. That's not what we do. We're not in the prediction business. We're in the statistical analysis business. Card counters in Vegas aren't predictors because you can have the count a certain way and still lose. But what they do is they play the odds. And that is what we are doing, ladies and gentlemen. We are giving you a better way to play the odds. Acton asked if we have a shortcut to options. So if you scroll down here on our channel bar, I'm going to click on it. Hopefully it'll work in this version. So this is our unusual options window. Okay. And every one of these, so SRM is trading at 1,000 times the options, regular options volume, actually more now. So look at the options volume, 3,000. Where did the options volume go? My debt bill's a little, funky, but let me see if I can columns. I'll put it in here. So you can always go to options. I'll put all of these in here. Okay, so let's go through this. Options volume today, 3,000%. Call volume, 9,000. Put volume, 2,000. You can see what's going on. Okay. YHC. Odd with that popped in here with no options volume. Probably my build. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Okay, but here it's working. Okay, options volume 132,000, calls 393, puts 176, percentage 429. Oh, I'm on. Did I? Guys, my bad. No wonder. Unusual options volume. I'm on the wrong channel. I did volume thrusts. Sorry. That's, that happens sometimes. Okay. Okay, here we go. I was just on the wrong channel. Actually, did you see what I'm saying? I picked. So this is our channel bar. I hit unusual volume instead of unusual options. Okay. So everything that's trading here, SKM. Okay. Options volume, percentage. Do you see the percentage volume? So it's off the charts options volume. You've got puts of all on the put side, 12 calls. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but somebody is either selling a lot of calls, but then the puts, or this is what you don't know, right? Even the put call volume ratio, you don't know if they're buying them or selling them, but there's a lot more puts than calls, certainly. Okay, and you can just click on this. Okay, 5,000% options volume, kind of close. But the idea here is that all of these channels are pre-designed by us. And just remember that my, my version's a little cray-cray because it's a development version. So you're not going to see everything perfectly. But the idea is that you don't need to do a lot of configuration in Trade Ideas. You can just quickly go to a theme that you like and instantly have a full layout of everything that's taking place, for that stuff. Opening range breakouts, blockchain mining. So does everybody see that? Let's take some more questions. Again, I actually really love talking about these channels because they're huge in terms of just being able to help you dial into a theme where you can get quick access right away. So all of these have a high short float, which means a lot of times when there's a lot of short investors, they can get stuck and you can get into a short squeeze. So we're 4 minutes away from the live stream. And come on, guys, what else? So you don't need hotkeys. It's been a while since I've messed around with the hotkeys. Shoot our support a question. I think we have them. But honestly, we've made the UI in such a way that you really don't need them. You see everything. You can have the trade ticket instantly buy stuff for you. This is a momentum race, remember? So you can see that out of all of these, it's like having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a chart. But the beauty here too is that we show you with stock to compare like the big momentum movers. Notice the color, and you have Tesla, SPY, and Apple to show you how some of the big players move relative to these ones that everybody really likes. And they just don't move that much, relatively speaking. That's just always the case. By the way, pre-market, post-market, if you want to see what's going down, you want to play the downside. So Chaz, there's our YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure has that. So if you could shoot an email to support, we'd be more than happy to send you a link. But we have how to get started with trade ideas. Our YouTube channel is extensive. And plus, don't forget, I'm going to show you something real quick that I want to make sure you all know. Okay. How do I get started? Is there a YouTube channel? Okay, so like use this. This is what it's there. Like, you can click on this and getting started. Nobody has support like that at us. But you can get to all of it from our GPT. For example, when is the money machine coming? Come on already. I don't know. Okay. The AI is here to help. Anything that you need, the AI's got it. Again, scroll through the site. You can see what the trade wave is doing. Let me do one more thing. Okay. So there was a question, I believe, about using the exponential, like trade wave as alerts. Okay. So I'm going to show you new Market Explorer window. Right click, select strategy. Okay. So look, I'm in the Market Explorer window. I'll start again. New Market Explorer window. I right click and I select strategy, relative strength, pattern recognition, candlesticks, trade wave buy daily, trade wave 5 minute. Okay, so then now let's go here, 5 minute. Okay, and let's see here. These are like the most recent ones, roughly speaking. Put the trade wave back up here. So buy signal happened right there. Well, the buy signal just took place. So you can see what I'm saying. We're very close to getting this very, very much in real time. There's your buy signal. I mean, you guys, it's there. You can sort it by relative volume. Like, what about the crazy stuff, right? AMP. Let's take a look at this one. So this buy signal just took place. It's trading 473 times normal volume. Tradeway just triggered. And you know what I have to do. That's it. That's how it's done. All right, guys, listen, I'm terribly sorry for the issue that happened earlier with the starting the money machine. Sorry, starting the live stream. That happens. David, when we, right as we're about to get very, very close, there's going to be a full campaign on it. And so one of the, David actually asked a really good question. Okay. We limited the initial money machine to 100 people only because we were kind of concerned about the massive server output to do it. But now that we've re-architected the system, I think we're going to probably double it. So, David, there's going to be plenty of room for everybody, especially our loyal listeners and people who come to the live stream here, to be able to participate. We're not going to exclude you. We want people on it, and we really aren't trying to exclude. So that's really what I wanted to say. There's going to be more and more updates there, and just keep an eye on that. And I think, once again, yeah, that UPXI, that worked. You know, you guys, I tried to lead by example, you know, and I always do it here. I love coming here. I love being able to be my authentic self and not try to be a salesman, because that's not really what I do specifically. I mean, I hope you guys know that, by the way, you know, I've been doing trade ideas for over 20 years, and I'm as excited about it now as I ever have been. It's really kind of cool like that. It's almost like, obviously, it's a little bit like your own child to an extent, but, and it is. But I still have the same passion. Like, I'm not tired, because look at the innovation. Look at what you're seeing here, right? The fact that we can go boom like this. This is cool stuff. And we're changing the game. And, you know, I hope you can see that this right here, nobody's got this. Not TradingView, not Ninja, not TrendSpider, not TC2000. This is custom data. Up 17% in 22 hours. That's what you're visible on the chart. This chart at 5 minutes, it's showing you 22 hours. Okay. And if I go to 10 minutes, that's 3% in a day and change. You see what I mean? You know, there isn't a trial for trade ideas. We've never really believed in that. We do have open houses. We haven't had one in a while because we're so busy working on the money machine. But I have to, once again, and I'm just going to say this, sort of going back to what I've said before. If even $2,000, and that's how much it costs for a year of premium trade ideas with the signals that I showed you that give you UPXI, you know, like right here. If that is too much for you, if that's your concern, then your mindset is not geared towards what you need to do. If this is just a fact, You have to be able to spend them. Like I am up or down $2,000 every single day at least trading. It's part of the game. And so I'm just trying to say that spending that in 1 year, that cannot be the big thing. TradingView, no offense, but they don't really have any tech. That's a marketing operation, and they've done a fantastic job of marketing. That's all that shit is. That's a marketing shop. So, you got to figure out what you want. And it's not for me to make those decisions for you, but I'm just sharing that there's a reason why they don't have this, and they don't have this, and they don't have this custom data, because they're in the marketing game. Hutch, what do you mean about the center box? Sorry, remember, I'm showing you stuff that not everybody's got. If you're about this, that's going to be out. This feature and this feature are not out yet. That's coming very, very soon, before the money machine, because we're doing the final testing on this. Thanks, Etienne. Appreciate it. All right, you guys, much love. Thank you. And again, I appreciate everyone's patience today with the hiccup on the live stream. But just know that we are changing all active momentum trading completely. This is going to be a $1 billion business. And once we release what we release, people are going to start going crazy. So really excited. The innovation is driving us. We're pumped, and we've never been more excited to give you guys the technological edge that we give you. And remember, one click and you're getting to this Explosive Winners channel. You will never miss a big move if you're just watching that. And that you can get that on Basic. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you once again. Any questions, please shoot that to support. And we've got a lot of answers on our AI on the homepage. And I will see you next week on Wednesday, hopefully. Maybe some money machine action. Talk to you soon. Bye.